Hey, what's going on, guys? Mcskillet here with another CSGO video, and today I've actually got kind of an important video. The first part of this video is just going to be a channel update, and then for the second part, I'm actually going to be testing out the 4 biggest case opening sites for CSGO. I actually spent, I believe, over a total of $1,000 doing it, just so I could really look at all of them myself. But either way, the channel update kind of explains why I'm doing the second part of this video, and it's about sponsorships and stuff for YouTube. So on YouTube, I don't actually make any money from YouTube revenue, and I haven't for like around 2 to 3 months. So first off, it just got extremely low, as a lot of you guys probably heard. There was a whole ad boycott, all of that stuff, and then there's also something that started happening to a lot of the CSGO channels where people were making third-party advertisements. And if you don't have like ad blocker on, you may have seen some of these, but basically it means that anyone can make an advertisement, like literally anyone. They can have anything in the advertisement and it'll play in front of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people in front of YouTube videos. So people were making straight up scam advertisements. I think I actually talked about them before, and you may have seen these around here, but I believe like thousands of people were actually getting scammed by. Some of these were pretty elaborate, like they set up entire fake websites and they had ads playing for them in front of videos. So once I saw that start happening to my channel, I just went ahead and disabled the third-party advertisements. There's actually an option where you can do that. But then once you have no third-party advertisements and you take in like the whole YouTube ad boycott, you basically just make no money at all. Like I believe I had a video of 300,000 views and I got around $30 from it, which is pretty terrible. That's around 10 cents per 1,000 views, which at that point I just disabled ads entirely because might as well just not have anything play. So then I tried to focus on just promoting my trading side a little bit in my videos as my main source of income actually. But then the problem with that now is the Steam summer sale completely screwed up like all the money we made for the past month on a trading site, and plus all these other YouTubers are making trading sites. It's basically just declining every single day, and yeah, we basically didn't make any money this month because whole Steam summer sale. So then the final source of income is from partial gambling videos, which you guys know I don't do nearly as many gambling videos as other YouTubers, and I don't actually do any full gambling videos at all. The only times I do gambling is to actually improve the first part of the video, because obviously I do a lot of really high budget stuff on my channel when it comes to trade ups, case unboxings, tradings, and those gambling parts actually help me. Like I invest a lot of it just to improve the first part of the video. That's why I do like the whole segment and part like that. So you don't even have to watch the gambling part if you want. There's always still some actual content there, not advertising. So that's basically the only way I'm making money on YouTube right now, is the second half partial gambling bits in some of my videos. But the problem with that is it's kind of borderline illegal, and a lot of them are actually declining. Like the whole gambling site market's actually kind of dying right now, and they're kind of being taken over by, as you may have heard, the case opening sites. I think the reason this is happening is because the case opening sites are actually surprisingly legal. They just kind of copy the same aspect that Valve has actually put in the CSGO game of just opening cases, but the basic concept is you're always winning something, and I believe that's what's allowing a lot of game makers and these site creators to have these case openings and actually declare them as completely legal. And I haven't really done too many promotions at all for case opening sites. There is one that I have worked with, which is SkinHub, and I'm definitely not going to be working with them again, because I thought they were trying to make like a legitimate site where you could withdraw and stuff, but their site just still has so many issues, which I'm going to touch on in this video, of course, and I really just don't think they're really trying to fix them. But the thing is, SkinHub isn't actually even the worst case opening site right now. They're actually probably one of the better ones, but it's actually quite unbelievable how sketchy some of the other case opening sites operate. And I actually was really curious about this. I spent a bunch of money on a lot of the sites, and I found some pretty groundbreaking stuff, especially on Hellcase. Just right now, I would not recommend ever going on that site, Hellcase. Now, the other ones, I wouldn't consider them scams. They're just kind of very inefficient and potentially purposely set up to be in those ways. But Hellcase, there's some seriously shady stuff going on that site, and I believe some other people are also starting to discover how messed up a lot of these case opening sites are. But back to Hellcase. Now, I will be going on their site for the second part of this video and completely explain the process of how their site works. But either way, I actually first want to talk about their actual sponsorship offer for me, and believe it or not, they offered me $150,000, that's USD, United States dollar, for one YouTube video, which is completely ludicrous. But if you thought 150,000 was insane, which it already is, that was a non-negotiated number. Like, they just sent me that and I just told them to, I actually didn't even bother responding. But either way, it doesn't stop there though, because I also looked into, or I found out that they have an affiliate system where the affiliate gets 10% of everything that people that use their code deposit. Now that's quite alarming that they're actually giving that much to affiliates. It really makes you think how much they're actually taxing for themselves for a game, because of course a site usually taxes or has a house edge where they would make way more than an affiliate would. But either way, based on some other YouTuber stats, I'd probably make an additional 50,000 with that. So overall, I'd basically be getting 200,000 from one video. But again, I'd never want to promote a site like that to my viewers, especially after what I found out now. I mean, I knew from the start there was something seriously up with that site, especially the fact that they're probably the only large case opening site that doesn't have any odds posted or anything, so you have no idea what you're getting. And that's why if I want to do like a half sponsored video, I usually just want to go with one of the like large CSGO gambling sites where you can actually see all your odds, you can actually withdraw shit. And the house edge is probably like 5 times lower than the house edge on Hellcase, which no one even knows what their house edge, but we all know it starts at 10% and is probably much higher than that. But either way, now we have the controversial part of the video, because again, like I said earlier, I don't really want to keep doing the CSGO gambling videos because it's kind of a gray area. But the thing is, I do think that some people do like the concept of a case opening site. It's just that the functionality and the way a lot of them are set up are just completely set up to screw the user over, especially the way a lot of these withdrawal systems work. They're just so inefficient. And then with Hellcase, it's actually not even a withdrawal issue, just the whole way the site actually works when it comes to giving out skins and stuff. So I actually had an idea that maybe I should just try to make my own case site, which seems like the ultimate McPhantomLord, McTmartin strategy right there. But the thing is, I'm actually making it public that I own it, and I'm probably not going to really use it myself. I'll probably just do some sort of like giveaways or opening cases on the site to give away skins to people or something like that, or just some other subtle promotions. I'm not going to go on the site and pretend I won like $10,000 like T-Martin did and stuff. So I'm actually trying to keep things legitimate here and open, not trying to like hide it all secret and stuff. But then the main focus of the site is to actually just make the most legitimate case site possible that fixes all the issues that the other case sites have. So we started out with kind of the base model that some of the other newer case sites have, where it shows all the conditions, all the odds for every condition. So you have all your odds posted publicly there. If you even hover over the skins, you can see the values as well. But the issue that every case site still faces, and I'll be talking about more of that in the second part of the video, of course, is that you just can't withdraw the skins you win, or you have to wait hours for like the support team to stock it for you. Of course, sometimes you can withdraw, but it's kind of a hit or miss thing. And I think that sites are purposely designing their sites this way, so people just keep the skins on the site and then they just get mad and sell it instead of withdrawing them, and then just gamble away the rest of their credits on the site. So on my site, which I'm co-owner of, it's actually also owned by someone who did almost all the development work for Society.gg. So we have one of the best CSGO dev teams out there. It's actually quite professional stuff on the site. So either way, we've actually made a withdrawal system that it buys the skin automatically with a bot from all the like CSGO marketplaces like BitSkins, OP Skins, the second the user withdraws them. And that way, instead of having to keep an inventory, we just use the inventories from these other big CSGO skin stores. So that way, basically nothing is ever out of stock. In some rare instances, there might be some sort of pricing error that will cause the withdrawal system not to withdraw a certain skin. But in that case, we also set up a backup swap feature. And that swap feature allows you to swap for anything on OP Skins, BitSkins that's on our API or whatever. So you can actually always withdraw your skins. You don't have to wait for the support team or deal with any of that bullshit. You just can pick your skins, withdraw them. So yeah, that's the basis. The site is called CSGO Kingdom. And if you're going to get mad at me, I mean, what's the other option for me to do? I could just be like the other YouTubers and promote sites like Hellcase, and I'd probably make way more money doing that if I'm being paid 200k just for one video. But I'd really just prefer to try to do things on my own, not be completely controlled by these big sites. Like, I feel like a lot of these YouTubers are just completely controlled by these people paying them to promote their sites. And I think we have an opportunity here to clean up and actually make a legitimate case site, which will be better than the Valve cases, of course, but this time you can actually withdraw, and this time you can even see your odds for every condition and stuff with CSGO Kingdom, so hopefully that goes well, and I know I might get some hate for that, but I try to be as honest as possible. I'm not hiding things behind the scenes like some other people have tried to do. But enough of all that, let's get into the fun part of the video of me testing out all of the different case opening sites, or at least the 4 biggest ones, and I spent around $1,000 or more doing this, so you'll see what happens. So let's start up with the biggest offender of the 4 case opening sites I went on, which is Hellcase, of course, and it's actually pretty terrible how this site operates. So let's start with the basics. So when you go on this site and you try to open up cases, you will notice that one difference between this site and literally every other case opening site is this site doesn't show you any of their odds or just about any information except the skins in the case. But the part where it gets interesting is why they actually choose not to show you the odds for the cases. And I've actually figured out why. It's because they don't actually have a set odd system. The odds to win the skins in their cases are always changing depending on what they have on their bots, basically, except the price of the cases don't change. But that's not even the shady part. It gets much worse. So basically, if they don't have the skin on the bot, you can't win it. So I opened a bunch of cases. I was able to find every single one of the different Hellcase bots, and based on what I found, every single skin here from the Spectrum Knives case that has a red box around it cannot be opened from this case. And there's one thing you might notice about that, which is those are the only good skins in the case, except the Bowie Knife Tiger Tooth, which I didn't put a red box around because not only did I do my own tests and research, but I also looked at some other YouTuber videos, and I did notice a few of them won that. I don't actually think their YouTube videos are rigged, but I did notice some of them did win the Bowie Knife Tiger Tooth, so I'm not going to be unfair on them and not include that one. But I couldn't find any other YouTube videos of people winning all the other knives that I put a box around. And if it's just what they have on their bots at the time that I did the video, I would also have the Bowie Knife Tiger Tooth with a red square around it. So in short, this is a case where you can't win any of the good items on it. You can literally only win the bad items from this case. I mean, I guess maybe sometimes they stock some of the good items, but it's just so shady how the site operates. They don't have any of their odds posted. And the thing is, it's not just my own tests that have actually stated info like this before. As you guys may have heard, there was an article by Richard Lewis kind of talking about case sites and how a lot of them are rigged, and I do not think he's actually referring to the other 3 case sites that I mentioned in this video, but I do in fact think that he's talking about Hellcase in this article. And the reason I think that is because basically in Richard Lewis's article, he talked to a coder who actually worked on a lot of these case opening sites, and he also said that a lot of the case opening sites that weren't coded by this guy actually stole the guy's code and were basically the same sites. And the thing is, Hellcase is actually stolen by a bunch of other case sites, or I don't even know if Hellcase is the stolen version of the original version. What I do know is there's a whole bunch of random ass case sites like the site caserandom.com, which is like a Hellcase but even worse, because if you look to the left, the live drop is completely fake. There's no way there's that many knives being unboxed. I believe there's also like a bunch of Russian sites that rip the entire Hellcase system, but I mean, the Case Random site has a lot of the exact same cases, exact same pricing, exact same spinner, skins display, and everything. Like, it's clear Hellcase is part of this code, which has all this shady stuff embedded into it, where basically they can change the odds of the site at any time, is also what was talked about in the article. But what kind of brings me back to my point is there's a part in this article where he says on the front of the site it says you can win a knife or an expensive item. Meanwhile, the site is set to 0, so you literally can't. So that's basically how it works. That's what I found too, is that it looks like you can win items on a lot of the Hellcase cases, which you just straight up cannot win, especially on the Spectrum Knives case. And it's beyond clear that this site is completely ripping people, because they're giving affiliates 10% of all deposits, and that's almost the same. I believe that's the same as our site edge on CSGO Kingdom, and a lot of other sites have like a similar site edge, but that's just the part that the affiliate gets. And of course, like I said earlier, the site always makes way more than affiliates. That's just how things work. There's no way an affiliate is making more than the site. So whatever Hellcase is taxing, it's probably close to like It's well over 30%, I would say pretty confidently. I don't know how high it goes, but I don't even think they have a set number because of course they're always changing their odds. So there you go. There is 3 pretty solid arguments, I would say, to why Hellcase is a scam, and I'm not going to call the other case sites scams. Drake Moon, I think, was definitely a scam at one point. It's still pretty fishy, some of the stuff. It's definitely not as bad as Hellcase though, and the 2 other case sites are definitely much better than Hellcase. So that's about it for Hellcase. I probably won't spend as much time on the other sites. I just really wanted to get that off my chest because I can't believe how big the sites become. I mean, they have their own cup that has like pro CSGO players playing in it and stuff. It's just ridiculous. This site is so big and they're doing stuff like this and getting away with it. So just wanted to get that off my chest, but let's get into the other sites now. So now onto Drakeman, which is actually kind of a dying site, but I made a video on this before when it was getting really big, and I took that video down because I kind of called out some YouTubers and took it a little too personally, I think. In this video I want to talk more just about the sites, not trying to direct any hate storms towards YouTubers or anything, but Drakemoon, they have improved a little bit because when I first called them out, they were similar to Hellcase where they don't show any of the information on their cases. They didn't have provably fair or anything, but they've actually added that now so you can actually see your odds on each case. Well, you can see the winning range number, which is kind of it's a somewhat shady way of hiding it. At least the information is there and they do have the provably fair system, but it is quite annoying to actually see your odds on the site. But there's also another problem, which is you can't see the odds for each specific condition. You can only see the odds for the skin, so you actually don't know your odds is what I'm trying to say, because there's a lot of skins where the factory new version is worth like double, triple, sometimes like 10 times more than another condition like field tested. So when you're opening a lot of these cases, you have no idea what your odds to get battle scarred, well worn, field tested, minimal wear, or factory new are. You just know the odds of just getting the skin. So in reality, you don't really know too much about your odds unless you specifically make a case creator case which has similarly priced skins for each condition, which there isn't too many skins like that really, unless they only have like 1 or 2 conditions. But it's also, the case creator on their site is probably the worst one I've ever seen. It just has so many different limitations, like you can't make the fun little 50-50 cases, which I actually like about SkinHub and CSGO Live. You have to make all these restricted cases and stuff, but I don't think I need to talk too much more about Drakemoon. In reality, I mean, I've heard problems with their withdrawal system. I didn't actually seem to have too many problems when I was trying to withdraw, but who knows, they could be switching to a Hellcase model, especially when they don't actually give you the real odds for all the conditions and stuff. But it's really just kind of a shitty case site in general, like not even talking about the whole scam aspect. I don't think it's really a scam site, at least not anymore, but it's just kind of a shitty site and it seems to be dying on its own, so I don't think I need to talk about it anymore. So let's move on to the next case site. So the next case site is CSGO Live, which I actually do want to give a lot of credit to. I think it fixed a lot of problems in the CSGO case scene, and I think they're definitely kind of making stuff move forward with some of the stuff they've added. However, it does still face some common issues that we've tried to fix with CSGO Kingdom, and that issue is having to wait hours for withdrawals and stuff, like winning skins and then not being able to withdraw them. You actually, the way their system works is they actually have a manual system of people trying to buy the skins for you, like they go out and try to get all the skins, which I don't know why they don't just automate that. Like it can be automated so easily, but they don't have it automated. They're trying to do it all manually, which really just makes an inefficient system, to be honest. And I'm not trying to call them out because I do think they're trying to make a much more legitimate case experience compared to sites like Hellcase. Like you can see all your odds on this site and stuff, and I haven't even done any sponsorships with them, of course, but it does seem like a pretty decent site. It's just the fact that like I won a skin. I did try to pick, I know that it's not just the most uncommon skins you can't withdraw, because I watched some YouTubers videos and it looked like a lot of the skins they won, like even some of the more common ones were a lot of them were out of stock as well, and you have to wait like for the support team to manually get the skin for you. But yeah, the skin I won, of course, I did purposely pick a skin that I knew would completely screw up their system, because there's no way they'd have that in stock. And of course, they did not have that skin in stock, which I did win. Kind of a nice win, to be honest. But didn't let me withdraw it, of course. Got an error. And I mean, I don't know why they don't just fix an issue like that when it can be automated. I think they might just be doing that because they want you to sell the skin instead and then just more gamble the rest of your money on the site, because I feel like it's so easy to fix, why not just do it? So that's what we're trying to do with Kingdom when it comes to the withdraw problem that all these sites have, where you just can't withdraw, you rage bet. It's just kind of a shitty setup the way sites like that have it set up. So now on to SkinHub. I've actually done some sponsorships with SkinHub before, and the thing is, when I did sponsorships, they kind of like helped me out and like stock the skins for me. So I didn't really realize that like a lot of normal people using the site that aren't like sponsored YouTubers and stuff, they actually have a lot of problems with withdrawing their skins. And it started to get to me when like a lot of you guys sent me tweets and not being able to withdraw like even some pretty common items on SkinHub. And here I wasn't able to withdraw a Glock Fade or even swap it for anything. Like, they did add the swap system, which I think was a really great feature, and that's probably the main reason I worked with SkinHub. When I saw the swap thing, I was thinking, oh, wow, they actually made a case site where it looks like there's some way to withdraw now because you can just swap it for the other skins, but they just seem to do a really, really bad job of actually stocking skins, like, even at just price ranges, because I don't know why, or at least their system didn't even let me swap my Glock Fade for anything, and you think a Glock Fade is a pretty common skin, and of course, they probably should have skins at around the same price of that. And this was kind of some older footage of SkinHub. I believe now they have like a trading site built in as well, which was kind of a total failure because I was on it earlier. Unfortunately, I accidentally deleted my footage, but I had some footage where they had a graffiti listed for $200. So I guess, I don't know, they have a bunch of pricing issues on the site, and I guess they got kind of ripped themselves because they had graffiti priced at $200 and someone deposited a bunch of that. But if you actually want to look at everything they have on their stock, you can just look at their trading site, and you can only actually withdraw the stuff that's on their trading site. And as you can see there, it's pretty much only the shit skins, kind of the leftover skins, kind of the skins that people are just trying to make a profit on themselves and kind of screw over SkinHub when they deposit them. You don't really get any good skins that you can withdraw, just kind of all the shitty ones. And I mean, when I was trying to withdraw, I couldn't even get a Glock Fade. Lots of you guys sending me tweets. I mean, it just seems like a system that's just set up so you rage bet and sell your skins instead of withdrawing. And on SkinHub, I feel like it takes a lot longer than CSGO Live because they did actually stock my skin on CSGO Live after a few hours. But on SkinHub, I've had like days, like multiple days, I think even close to a week, where I still couldn't withdraw a skin I had on there. So it's definitely not a very good system. I mean, they have the swap system, but the swap system doesn't even work a lot, and a lot of times it's just for the shittiest skins. So that's pretty much it for SkinHub. Now, these case sites are popping up so rapidly. There's even more that came out after I recorded that original footage. Like, I believe there's one called Wild Case now. I'm not going to spend more money on their site trying to figure out all their stuff, but I looked at their chat, I looked at tweets they're getting. Lots of people having trouble withdrawing. They also don't have the percent odds posted, they just have the winning odd numbers. So you gotta like pull out a calculator and like look at all those huge numbers which go up to 100,000 if you want to actually see what your odds are. So that's kind of shady as well. But either way, Wild Case just has a lot of these problems with withdrawals and not showing proper odds. So I hope that kind of illustrates the problems of all the case sites. And I know a lot of people have actually experienced these, which is why I thought I might as well just make my own case sites, because these things are not going to go away. It doesn't really matter what happens. They're still going to be there, so that is why I made CSGO Kingdom. If you want to try it, you can go to the rewards tab, and my code is just Mcskillet. That gives you 50 cents, and then you get some more money by following on Twitter, join the Steam group, making it your primary. So you can actually have a bunch of money just to test the site, play around with, and it's actually, you know, you can make your own cases. I really just recommend using the case creator, to be honest. That way you can actually choose the skins you want, your own odds and stuff. I mean, we have some official cases, but I think the case creator is actually the way to go when it comes to all the case sites. But that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I'm going to try to pump out some more videos soon. I've just been kind of unmotivated because the last operation didn't add any new drop collection skins after I waited so long, and I mean, that means there's not really anything new to do trade ups for, and just not too many new interesting skins in general. I was pretty disappointed about that when it comes to skins in that operation, but I've tried to come up with some pretty good ideas for some high tier, expensive, crazy CSGO skin videos. I think you guys will definitely like some of them, and I'll try to pump those out soon because I definitely want to upload more. Because I have not uploaded in like almost 2 weeks when this video comes out, I believe. So I'll try to fix that. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys found it informative and whatnot. But I'm Mcskillet, and I'm out.